Hi, and welcome to the Austin LGBT Chamber of Commerce podcast. I'm Tina Cannon, your host and CEO of the Chamber. On today's pod, we're going to talk local business news. In the headlines this week, McDonald's is supersizing inequality, and Texas is no longer number one for commercial site selectors. What happened? And an Austin icon, Waterloo Records, is leaving their longtime locations. We'll be back. Hello, all. Welcome back. We have a mouse in the studio today that is jacking with my buttons. But welcome, Colton and Amy.
If there is a mouse in here, I'm out.
Can y'all hear us? Testing.
Hello.
I watched this show on Traders on Peacock, and
Peacock.
They have a thing where they trap these guys in a house, and there's mice.
Oh God.
And bugs falling on them and maggots and
okay, can we start over?
Because
because
just not enough money.
It's a good show.
I'm in a bad headspace now. Nikki Glaser had a lot to say about Peacock, which was
was good.
Whole heck of a not a lot because
She was funny.
She's
coming to Austin.
Funny, always funny,
Maybe we need to hit up our friends
and terrifying. Like I'll gladly never reach celebrity status to avoid being roasted by Nikki Glaser.
She's good.
Yeah.
I think she's going to get called to host that again. She's kind of like the Ricky Gervais, right? Ricky Gervais is just like, I don't give a shit.
It's too bad
She's gonna
she's
make
not
fun
doing
of
the
everybody.
inaugural dinner because that would have been fun.
Or the correspondent.
The correspondence
Yeah.
dinner. Sorry, yeah. When Michelle Wolf did it, and she was like, "Yeah, you should have done your research on who you hired." Oopsie.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to continue this under the.
Well, when
the new
when the
regime.
president-elect doesn't show up to their own dinner, I mean, it's like, But
Yeah, lots of traditions are going to be lost, like democracy, freedom.
all the things. Oh boy. Well, here we are. 2025 is upon us. We're 1 week in.
That all?
It's just
We've already
it's only
invaded
been 1 week.
Canada and Greenland.
I know. Colton and I are trying to fast forward to 2026.
Panama.
Yeah.
Changed the Gulf of what? He's not
Yeah. I mean, Trudeau, he made a big announcement.
right.
Bad numbers.
He said, "I'm out."
Canada. Yeah.
I'm out.
I mean, they better pull their socks up. Canadian friends, if you can hear me now, please dig your heels in.
Yeah. I was reading something about how he's talking about making it the 51st state.
I laughed at that. I reacted
Yeah.
to all of that
And
garbage.
some demographer was like, "Well, let's look at the math. It's actually going to be,
Deary me.
like 114 electoral votes that would all lean, to the left. So yeah, let's go ahead and make it
Let's
the
do it.
51st.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I don't.
Time to be alive.
I don't know. I think we've got about 150 years left on Earth, so I think
Half.
we're good.
Take that, fold it in half,
Fold
and
in
then
the cheese.
diagonal slice it. And then that's how we're tracking.
Honestly, like AI is frightening. Facebook, of course, letting loose of their monitoring.
Yeah, what the hell is that about?
I love the memes about Zuckerberg dead at 39.
What?
Because he's pulled back all the fact checkers through Meta,
Right.
and
But
so
this
people
is-
are putting all kinds of posts that he's died. He died today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were kind of tracking for this, weren't we? It was already kind of a thing.
AI is frightening. The amount of time that people spend alone and attached to a digital device that is now unbelievably smarter than the average person
It's disgusting.
and can completely form around one person, and you could almost do like a twin study where you take one twin and you have no social media, and you have another twin and all they have is social media, and you say, I want to make the one that has social media walk around and think that chickens run the government from a secret cabal on a farm somewhere in Lockhart.
No birds. Birds have been canceled.
And you could
Birds aren't
program
real.
enough AI into that social media to convince that one twin that a cabal of chickens living in Lockhart are really running the
Why
government.
Lockhart?
Well, I don't know. Just
Because
looking
we
at you.
are secretly running everything out in Lockhart. But also, if this isn't already a thing, since Generation Alpha is upon us, do you think they're going to have like a class study on how to be social? like a home
They may
economics
not even be able to be allowed to
on
have class.
conversation, a home economics on
Yes.
like, I don't want to go as far as like etiquette, but
Human relationships.
Yeah.
I've been long since saying that the most valuable trait that's going to be in the next 5 years is a salesperson.
probably.
Like the ability for human to human sales
but
to
it
happen.
makes people so dang uncomfortable. Like for me to speak to somebody Gen Zer, so to speak, like you can tell they're fidgety.
They're
Like,
fidgety. They don't like to make
No.
phone calls. They don't like to answer the phone. If you call them, they're looking at you like you've got 3 heads.
There's no instant gratification unless you pick up the tab.
Pick up the tab.
Yeah, like if you pay for something. And they're like, oh, that's what I get out of this.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Like-
the interpersonal skills I think is going to be kind of a like
It's too
literally
easy.
a degree option
Everybody's
in the
getting
future.
canceled every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't, it's the demise of relationships, I think. This is the devices and the social media. And
It is. It's
and it has so many perks. Like when it first was upon us.
I would imagine that like depression and loneliness are at an all-time high coming out of the COVID generation, where those high school kind of kids in that age group, all they had were their phones and their Zooms.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely an epidemic of isolation.
Wow, this is really kicking off on a positive
Right?
note, y'all.
Happy 2025.
Like, oh boy.
It's therapy for everybody, us included.
We're all getting younger every day.
So, continuing on the theme of negativity, McDonald's is supersizing inequality. USA Today reports, along with several news agencies, that McDonald's is the latest major company to flip its diversity, equity, and inclusion policies amid growing beef between those who support the efforts and political conservatives alongside the incoming administration. So, they're citing the Supreme Court's 2023 decision banning affirmative action in college admissions as an evolving landscape around DEI. According to the fast food giant, it will no longer set goals to increase diversity in senior leadership. Proponents of DEI are really critical in that this is not fair, right? In the sense that like 7 in 10 executive officers are white guys. And 1 in 7 of those companies had executive teams made up of only white men.
You don't say. Wow.
So the ones who are in charge of allowing everybody to come to the table are the ones going, all right, that's enough of you.
I am so tired of us like fast forwarding and fast tracking through anything that's good. And what I mean by that is my dad, graduate of big time colleges, and when he was in college, which wasn't that long ago, like we're talking within the century, right?
Mhm.
Only men could go to his school.
Yeah.
And we've already dismantled DEI and B.
Right. We're like, nah, we're good.
like, oh, women, sure, they can be educated, I guess. and now we're already like, actually, we changed our mind. You're too powerful.
Stupid.
Yeah. I mean, just in the 70s, women finally could get credit cards on our own. Like, what? But we're good. We're all equal now, apparently.
I can't wait to have all of my credit cards taken from me. Take the debt. Take the debt.
If you're not going to let me in the boardroom, you can have all my debt.
You can have my debt. But with McDonald's, I'm really disappointed because they were always one of those fast food chains is like, hey, they've got scholarship opportunities. They've got a fast track program for leadership where you could go into management and then district management. And like, I don't want to smell like a burger all day, but
Right.
there was some like very concrete professionalism with McDonald's. And
Well, and I think that they always got like a perfect score on the
Right.
HRC index.
yes.
And I think they did again this year, which is crazy because this news just came out.
I hate this.
Well, and the other piece too is like they're not only are they doing it for internal, but they're doing externally. So they said they would also end a program that encouraged suppliers to increase diversity in their ranks, rebranding its diversity team as the global inclusion. Like they're even saying like if you're going to work with us, we don't even care. Like
Yeah.
they just don't care.
Yeah.
People just don't care. Like what happened to conscious humanity?
I don't know. I was talking to Chad this morning when I was getting coffee. Chad, our bus driver for Small Town Big Pride.
Right.
And we were just kind of like, it's funny when people don't think the way that you think, which we can't expect them to.
Mm-hmm.
But and and kind of like circling back to Canada being like, oh, if we're the 51st state. It's like, oh, they kind of think more along the lines as we think in this room. And it just seems normal and natural that everyone have, I don't know, equal opportunity. Like, I'm fascinated that it's just not anywhere near the top of the list. Because every one of these companies, big corporate companies, have like their mission statement. And it's probably painted on a wall somewhere by some muralist that they're going to tout in their monthly newsletter that goes out to the staff that nobody reads, TLDR. And I've been there because I've worked corporate America and the values. And it's like, at my last employer, it was like one intercompany name here. And that was that is how we were supposed to live together as like this work family. But it's bullshit.
Well, we've lost sight of like
it's bullshit.
of why we have DEI in the first place, right?
Yes.
It was to level the playing field. And then the idea was once the playing field was leveled, we don't need it anymore. But here's a clue. It's not
we're not
leveled.
If you don't care who you're doing business with, I think it would be hard for you to care about who's working for you also, right? And vice versa.
I mean, not like I need another reason to give up McDonald's, but like, I mean, I've been done mainly because they knocked the one down next to my house, but now I'm really done.
Well, I'm real glad about my Wendy's French fries that I had last night. So, because there was an option.
I'm
nearly went to McDonald's.
P. Terry's girl. P. Terry's all the way.
Local.
So Texas slips from the number one in commercial site selectors, according to our friends at the ABJ. Texas has boomed economically in recent years, but the state's economic development leaders better not rest on their laurels. That's the prevailing sentiment in the wake of an annual survey of dozens of site selectors conducted by Site Selection Magazine, which puts Texas in a tie for the fourth best business climate in the U.S. That is a slip from a year ago, ranking when Texas was at the very top spot. So site selectors it's a cottage industry of folks who, if I'm Acme Brick and I want to open a secondary location, I will typically, if I'm of a certain caliber of business, will contact a site selector professional, and then they will help me select a site. And they do that based on a lot of parameters of whether that state's economy is great, it matches, what incentives are available, all the way down to what's the electricity and plumbing like in that very warehouse that I'm considering. So it's, it's a slip is not a good thing because those site selectors are basically bringing jobs. So site selectors were using everything from Dell Technologies when they looked at Austin and Round Rock to the latest business that's been here through Samsung. And that's the role that site selection plays in economic development. So although we were still, doing well as a city, the rankings are highly regarded in the commercial real estate circles, like, because these are the ones who are advising the CEOs of where to go. We got knocked off the top of the ranking by Georgia. Georgia, on my mind.
Well, Atlanta is booming.
And their football team's better than Dallas Cowboys. So.
Everything is better than the Dallas Cowboys.
This is 100%
Every
true.
other sport is better than
Actually,
the Dallas
Colton,
Cowboys.
I think you should try out for the Cowboys this year.
Yeah.
I think they could use you.
If they're looking for someone to sit on the bench,
I would love
and
to
get
see
paid,
you
I love that.
running down the field with a football, screaming.
I would probably just be sitting next to the cheerleaders.
Aw, that's nice.
I'll cheer on the cheerleaders.
Well, I mean, Austin, it says Austin and Dallas. We're still in there, kind of, sort of, but that's really sad.
Yeah, the big factors were around like tax policy, cost of living. In general, though, like you said, yeah, we're still good. We're still ranked high, and we're still a good draw for businesses to consider our area because Texas does have a good business climate, and Austin has an amazing talent pool.
Yeah.
I know when we talk to prospective businesses that are looking in our area, typically the one thing that kind of holds them back is our access to lack of transportation in order to move people around, but our affordability along like other major metro hubs and other tech hubs we're still affordable in that regard when you compare us to the other big tech hubs. We're not as affordable as a Detroit, obviously, but we're still an attractive city because of our talent pool. And the hope is that we can keep folks here. We can continue to matriculate folks through school and through graduation with the skill levels that we need to keep our workforce strong. And we've talked many times on this podcast, even though it's always tech, the big skill set coming up are the trades as we are embarking on billions of dollars of work in our region.
I mean, and we're making strides in public transportation, I think, at least here in Central Texas, as we've gotten some good news with Project Connect. And I don't know, like, we do need to, I mean, seriously, we need to be better in that regard.
It'd be so nice to be
We would be
as close to a car free as we could.
Unstoppable as a state, but we got the curmudgeons at every level.
Yes.
If I could get on a train and go to the airport,
that'd be amazing.
I mean, it just seems so natural when we go everywhere else.
Yeah.
And get on the train.
We'll just go to a different part of town, like, New York. I want to go to the village.
Palm Springs, except for Palm Springs. Every other airport shits on it from a great height.
Austin icon Waterloo Records is leaving their longtime location, according to our friends at the ABJ. The record store has new ownership, an experienced duo in the music and record-making field, and they're moving to a larger location less than a mile from its longtime home over on North Lamar, although I kind of consider that Central Lamar, not North. The 40-year-old Austin institution has helped burnish Austin's reputation as a live music capital of the world. Faced an issue, along with other local businesses, the rising cost of real estate. So in 2019, Endeavor, one of the bigger real estate groups here in town, acquired their current location. That includes the Waterloo and the 24 Diner, another Amy's Ice Cream, and something else over in that little location. But John Kuntz, who's the owner since its founding, said that he knew that they knew it was coming, right? They knew it was coming, but I'm curious to see what they're going to do with the new space because it's very office-y looking.
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
Like the rendering?
Yeah, no, it's just an existing office building it's been everything from like a weird furniture store to like just office
Where
spaces.
Waterloo is?
No, the place they're going to move to.
Oh, got you.
Next to, so there's a tavern, the tavern parking lot, and then there's this kind of brick and glass office building across from the new Specs, which people should not go to Specs. They should go to Wiggy's on Lamar. Support local.
Or Twin Liquors.
Or Twins. The Twins isn't right there.
Since we love them. Yeah, I'm sad about the Waterloo situation because when you come up to that intersection, it's always it's just always looked the way that it looks. And
yeah, the music industry is
landscape
different,
is
right?
just changing.
Like, when was the last time you bought a record?
Probably a couple weeks ago.
Oh, well done you.
It's been a year.
Well, yes, because the record store revenue in the United States has declined 9% over the last couple of years. But still over $1 billion. But when you say $1 billion, like billion's big, but it's not big as an industry. Like the pet industry is like an $8 billion business. So $1 billion. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like the record industry now because it's morphed into like a broader art where you watch the guys like press these vinyl records now and like everyone is unique.
I do love those videos.
Yeah, like especially when they add color and it's almost like
it sparkles.
Concert poster where it's where like the print fades.
Okay.
Where it can be so it's
more of an experience.
It's a fun print. Yeah.
Of going in.
Definitely. Whoopsie.
Whoa. Just that big rat running around the studio.
That is disgusting. I'm out. But
yeah, it's hard with the way like record sales down 9% over 5 years, 6% over this last year. You just got to wonder, is it just diminishing returns and is it good money after bad? But
I get it. I do get it. But I mean, it's so sad. I don't know. I think we would all rally if it was like an Empire Records situation, like save the record store.
I feel like it kind of is.
Yeah,
I mean,
like do we need to put a band on the rooftop?
Yeah, they do.
And invite Renee Zellweger to sing a little ditty.
Is this a reference to something I'm unaware of?
Oh my God!
It's got to be a movie I haven't seen.
Empire
I'm sure.
Records.
Yep.
It is in my top 5.
Your top 5 is Empire Records?
It's in my top 5 as one of my favorite movies of all time.
Interesting.
Like Stranded on an Island, probably in my top 3.
Wow.
I would watch it over and over and over.
Never seen it.
It's a stacked cast, isn't it?
Wow. It's not in my top 5.
Okay.
But you know my top 5.
Wicked.
No.
That is in there now.
Is
but
it?
Like,
come on.
Coyote Ugly.
What?
Spice World.
What?
This is fascinating. I don't think we've ever discussed this before. I mean, I do love these cult classics, but not in my top 5. Spice World is not in my top 5.
No.
I have seen that movie hundreds of times.
I have no doubt.
Wow.
Like there were
Also a
times when I was a
stacked
child
cast.
that I would watch it like a dozen times in one day. Like just like I would rewind it and then start it again.
On VHS.
Yep.
What was your favorite movie as a kid, Tina?
As a kid, I don't know, because we didn't have, I don't know. I've probably seen Arthur a gazillion times when I was a kid.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
I think mine is Ladybugs,
Ladybugs.
which was
That's
a
a cheerleader?
soccer movie
Okay.
that has not aged well. This is one of those movies like White Chicks where we love it,
Oh.
but you can't do it again. Ladybugs was about a girls' soccer team and Rodney Dangerfield.
I was going to say Rodney
Rodney
Dangerfield. Yeah.
Give me some respect. He was the coach of this team, and he put his stepson essentially in drag
Oh, yeah, we can't do this
to
movie today.
join this team so that they would win. Terrible message.
Terrible.
And terrible. But there was like a little teenage love story attached to it where like one of the girls on the team and the son were like,
Yeah.
young love. But I watched that on repeat. Like 100% copied it from Blockbuster Video.
I feel like I can just picture like what the album or what the Blockbuster cassette thing looked like.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was...
Rodney Dangerfield's big butt up there. And yeah, I can totally picture this. It's like Porky's back in the day. You guys are probably too young to remember Porky's.
100% not too young. Thank you, though. Thank you.
I'm a baby.
Yeah, no, I am turning the big 4-0 here soon. So
We used to sneak that cassette. Is that what they're called? The VHS tape. We used to sneak it into the house
Yeah,
so
it's
that
not a
we could
cassette.
watch Porky's without our parents knowing.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That and Basic Instinct.
what's the other one?
Pause, replay. Pause, replay. Pause, replay.
Oh, dear God. Trying to catch something on the screen there.
Colton. I'm jumping to you. I'm jumping ahead. What do you got for events?
We have an exciting monthly luncheon coming up on January 15th. It is the first luncheon of the year.
Yay!
So register now to secure your seat. It's already over halfway full.
Oof.
Yes, well over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well over, yes. So hurry up,
Good.
register. We would love to see you there. We will be at Gina's on Congress,
Good grub.
right here downtown. Such good food.
Mhm.
The menu is on the website. I forgot what it is. You can go to
I felt like
Austin.
I needed a nap after we ate there last time.
Me too.
Delish.
So good. And that bread.
That's what it was.
I love bread.
What was that like cheesy bread?
Gruyere. No, that's...
Oh, I don't know.
Is it? No, it's not Gruyere. Is it Gruyere?
I don't
bread?
know, but it was
It's sleep air.
delicious.
Whatever it is, it's cheesy bread. You're going to miss it if you don't come.
Yeah.
So,
And I'll eat it all.
yeah.
And I won't feel bad about it.
Well, 2025. Hello.
But we will have a speaker from Austin Transit Partnership.
Yes. Talking about Project Connect. And there is, like I said earlier, lots of good news coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
And they're going to fill us in on what it means for economy and the community and all the things. And hopefully we can continue to grow from here.
I love it. We also have a health and wellness webinar on January 16th at noon. The focus for this webinar will be mental health. We will have Eva Greenwell from Ellie Mental Health giving us the Mental Health 101.
They have the cutest little logo.
I know.
Do and I love their How to Not Freak Out book.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Real cute, real small.
Mm-hmm. Pocket
Cutest
size.
little pocketbook. Then we have a ribbon cutting on Friday, January 17th at Voltex Physical Therapy. It is also their grand opening. They will be celebrating being open for 1 year, which is amazing. They're
great.
going to have snacks, drinks.
Healthy snacks, I hope.
I hope not. But the grand opening celebration will start at 5 and the ribbon cutting will be promptly at 6 o'clock. So we would love for you to come and join us. There is an RSVP on the event page. And then I was like, I had one
On the
more
edge
thing.
of our seats.
I had one more thing written down. We will be at ACL Live's brand new PNC
Yes.
Hall on January 23rd for our monthly chamber happy hour. Our friends at Just Works and ACL Live are hosting us.
Pew, 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 pew.
Brand new space. I got a preview of the space last month. Beautiful. So nice that there's a space indoors now.
Yeah.
It's like,
I haven't seen it yet.
And
I'm excited to go.
They do some really cool things before shows. Like you can pay for an upgraded experience with like an open bar in that area. So
Lovely.
pretty cool stuff.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And this is a slightly different happy hour in that there's going to be some extras for the attendees. So we're asking folks to RSVP.
Yeah.
So that we can get a decent head count to have things prepared.
Really
And
kicking it off.
space is limited. There will be light bites. And I think Just Works will be paying for one cocktail for everyone.
I love it.
So much for dry January.
We love them.
We do love them.
I mean, we're doing the best that we can. I take a little sabbatical every Friday and Saturday.
I feel like we're all going to have to like ease in because it's going to be a hell of a next couple of years.
Girl, I turned 40 this month. There ain't
You said
no
it, not
dry January happening for me. So
True.
come on.
True.
It's a damp January.
I'm glad you just didn't say moist.
I know.
Damp, I'm fine with.
That's why the delay was so long. I was trying to think of a different word.
I don't know what's going on.
Turn that off right now.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody.
I hate it.
Flying heck is going on.
I don't know.
One
I told
of-
you there was
I think the rat's back.
there's a rat.
It's only your voice.
It's only.
Do you need to use my microphone?
I don't know what's happening.
Okay, good. It's fixed. Dear God. Memberships. We have new members. They're still coming in. LT Commercial Group, welcome to the Chamber. They can help you with commercial real estate. So all of you out there listening that need a new location, maybe Waterloo Records could have utilized LT Commercial Group. But welcome to the Chamber.
She's crushing it over there, Leslie, who is running that group. I mean, absolutely crushing it. If you've ever had a question about what it could mean to actually go into a commercial space, she's a great resource as well. She knows that space really well, and I'm just so proud of the work that her company's been doing over the last couple of years.
That's awesome. And speaking to events, Small Town Big Pride
Yay.
on the horizon.
I'm afraid to touch a button. So
More to come on that. I'm not going to get into it right now, but we do have 2 new Small Town Big Pride members.
Yay.
Welcome the Case Room,
Case room.
Little Speakeasy Bar
Love.
in Lockhart, behind Fiddler's Green. So the owners of Fiddler's Green, a string shop
Okay.
in Lockhart, have taken their case room for the instruments and fashioned it into a speakeasy. And
That
it is,
sounds cool.
it's beautiful.
Can we go on your birthday?
It's on the invite.
I
You're
thought
all
so.
invited. The world is invited to my 40th. Please come. So welcome to the Chamber of the Case Room. Also, Lockhart Bus.
Yay.
The Art Bus is a member, Small Town Big Pride member. So, like I said, Small Town Big Pride on the horizon. We're going to do a rinse repeat of Lockhart. Details to come.
Exciting, and new. Come aboard. What show is that from? We're expecting you.
Wow. Is this the first time?
Love boat.
Yes. Tina has given us a musical number.
I think
It's
so.
usually us. Turn
you
it
guys-
off. We
you
usually
made me
roll through
listen
it.
to some.
Turn it off.
Like a light switch. Just go flick. It's a nifty little Mormon trick. All the good messaging is happening today.
And the Chamber will be putting on their first musical.
Oh, I can't
In
wait.
2025.
And tap number.
Chamber, the musical.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
No.
Yeah, we got to bring our
Watch
sisters
out,
in
Real
for this.
Housewives. Here we come.
Real chamber staff.
Jesus.
Oh, on that note, if you are wanting to become a member of the Chamber, join us at austinlgbtchamber.com. If you want to be a guest or a sponsor, shoot us over an email at info@austinlgbtchamber. Listen to our show every Friday wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see y'all next time.